Happy Tuesday, y'all. It's Khalif with another episode of The Stark Effect, but this is Tuesday Motivation. If you don't know who I am, I have a long form podcast on YouTube called The Stark Effect. And it's predominantly like entertainment news and a little bit of hard news. Hard news is like the serious stuff, like the politics, a little bit of that, right along with some commentary about, happenings and trending topics, right? But Tuesday Motivation is something where I just randomly started it right along with Monday Motivation if I could post it. And for today, this morning, I just want to walk in perseverance. That is the word of this week that I want to like walk in and step in. And I express that to you all because I understand and I know that the way that I feel, honey, with all this stuff going on in our world, in this country, with politics, with entertainment, with every single industry, with the economy literally being a hot mess right now, with the war in the Middle East right now. They have, oh my goodness, the blockade occurring with the Strait of Hormuz right now. It's just a lot happening. We have, who in office who literally has no plan and everything is just hitting the fan. And I'll get into that a little bit in a post, in my next post here. But perseverance is the word that I just want us to hold on to this morning. I really want us to get up today, show up for ourselves. Of course, we all may have to go to work. If you work a 9 to 5 like myself, for those of my girls who were lucky to be content creators, that's still a form of work too. I know that you all have to work, okay? But we all have to get up and we have to show up for ourselves. And I just want the people who feel like they're not doing enough, I want you to know that by you having these conversations, by you doing research on the happenings of the world, politics, and also the fun stuff too, because, and as I say this, the reason I'm saying this, let me make this clear, is because, with me having a podcast that predominantly focuses on the softer topics, the entertainment topics, the trending topics, things like that, and also coming from an advocacy background, right? I used to do advocacy work before I became a journalist. I used to be very, very involved. I feel like I'm still somewhat involved, but there are times where I feel like if I'm not always having a conversation about these things, that I'm not doing my part or I'm not doing enough. But no, I just want to give way to the people who have done the work, and like to post fun things. They like to post soft things. They don't want to talk about the hard things. But the hard things like politics and the war in the Middle East and the issues in Cuba and Palestine and all these different things are important issues that we have to discuss. Now, personally, for me, I'm going to be honest with you, there are times where I get very overwhelmed by all of this. And sometimes I feel defeated. Like, I feel like, okay, like, what is it that we can really do? Like, I don't align with the harm that's being caused against innocent people overseas, right? But there are times where I genuinely feel like, oh my God, I feel so defeated. And I have this feeling of like, well, what can I really do? Because at the end of the day, like, we're all like stuck in this system. Like, we literally are. And unfortunately, we all have to like participate in this capitalistic society. You get what I'm saying? So I know that with that being said, that attitude is not a conducive or positive attitude to have, because there are things that we can do, right? Like, if we really want to like be about it, we can't give our money to billionaires and stuff. Like me, shamelessly, like, I could decide to not order something off of Amazon, because I've done that, okay? So not really to give like a litmus test or like a leftist progressive litmus test for purity or whatever, but we can also challenge ourselves on things that we can do or that we see fit that we feel like can help. And one of the ways that I do that is just by trying my best to stay informed and like keeping myself fully informed and researching myself, not listening to other people all the time who may think that they know more. Researching about these various hard topics myself, right? Deciding to donate the little coins that I have, because I don't have a lot of money at all, but donating what I can, or things like that. So I don't really know where I'm going with this, but This Tuesday motivation, I just want us to have perseverance. I know that was a complete ramble and a complete tangent, but that's how my mind thinks. So I know that the ones who really connect with me can understand my way of thinking here. So yeah, I really want to talk about this war in the Middle East this morning and take a stab at it. And I just want us to keep persevering. Even if you don't fully understand politics, or if politics are intimidating to you, all of us can literally do our own research, and all of us do have an understanding of it. I think what's complicated is having media literacy, knowing where to start, understanding history. Those things are the intimidating factors. But, once we get over that, once we challenge ourselves, we can digest the information and move accordingly. So let's persevere this week. Let's put on our big girl pants, our big boy pants, our big they them pants. And let's just try to get through, because it's real right now. It's a lot happening. I feel like we get up every day and we don't know what to expect. I try not to walk around with fear, but it's a lot of chaos happening, inward and outward, right? And I think when it comes to politics in particular, I have more of a harm reduction approach to it. So for me, I pay attention to sort of what's directly in front of me, but I'm also aware of what's outside of me, if that makes sense. That's sort of how I navigate politics. And I hope I don't sound insensitive as I say that, or sound problematic or anything like that. But that's how I navigate it, right? But I also am open to growing and understanding in that way. So I'm rambling at this point. So yeah, let's persevere, you guys. Let's literally persevere. And let's just get through this week. Let's make sure we get sleep at night. Let's make sure we drink our water. And most importantly, let's make sure we protect our peace, and let's stay informed. You can find me on YouTube at The Stark Effect. Type in Khalif now. That's KALEEFNOW. My podcast is called The Stark Effect Podcast. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I used to do longer form videos where I would do more editing, but once again, if you're new to me, I got to a place where I was like, I cannot keep sitting here editing all day. A lot of people are not watching, so let's just take it straight to TikTok. Nobody cares about fancy editing anymore. People want real. So I stopped video editing, and now I'm just on TikTok working it out with my content and doing my podcast that way, if that makes sense. Because I'm still newer to you all, although I've been podcasting for a very long time. I don't have a following, but I'm growing. So it would mean a lot to me if you could follow me and support your girl, okay? All right, thank you for watching. Drop down below and let me all know what you think about the term perseverance. How will you implement you persevering this week, and what does that look like for you? Drop down below and let me know if you watched this full video. Thank you.